Hey, what's poppin', good people? It's your girl KB. You know what I do and you know why I do it. It is Tuesday morning. It is October 21st, and it is exactly 3 a.m. I'm just going to dive right into this message because I saw the news this morning, and I'm going to say this phrase, and I apologize in advance to anybody who is offended by this phrase. But after watching the news, I am pissed off to the maximum level of pacificity. Yeah, that part. Okay, like I said, I'm just gonna dive right into it. In this news story, it showed the construction site formerly known as the White House. Yeah, like walls torn off, a historic landmark. Now you have to have special permission anywhere in these United States or divided states, however you want to look at it, to touch a historical landmark. Okay? There's special permission. There's materials that are being destroyed. Now, I was upset when the village idiot thought concrete and tacky beach umbrellas look better than the Rose Garden. And the Rose Garden has serious significance because of Jackie Kennedy. Hear me and hear me good. The president was assassinated. And, anything that is associated with that president should be untouched. Notice I said should be. But no, we have Mar-a-Lago beach umbrellas and cement. Okay, that wasn't bad enough. Now we have, like I said, walls missing off the White House to reconstruct the ballroom. Now, most of the labor on that historic national monument was done by slave labor. So it's another move to eradicate history. The labor was both skilled and unskilled African American people of African descent. Let me put it like that. Because if I say African Americans, for me now it's becoming problematic because we're never embraced as Americans. We know that we are. But somehow we've been relegated to second-class citizenry. So there's Americans, then there's you people. That's how it's always spoken in that context. So, I'm going to read you something. It's like during the original construction from 1792 to 1800, enslaved labor were involved in the quarry, pulling up the marble and the rocks and all that good stuff for the White House. The framing, lumber work, the production of bricks, the same labor force was used to rebuild the White House after the British invasion and burning of the building in 1814. It's also important to know that enslaved people served presidents. Wonder how many black people are now working in the White House. And if they're allowed to be seen. I'm thinking of now Lee Daniels, the butler. I'm thinking of that movie. But I digress. I don't even want to get into the movie. I'm talking about the destruction of the White House. Now, when I first started recording videos, I did some videos on kind of like a Sesame Street theme when I talked about words that begin with specific letters. And my favorite letter was A because I talked about apologies and accountability. And I did a whole series on that. Now I'm going to talk to you about the G words in connection with this current administration. One, I believe, is, I want to say English in origin, and by English I mean British. And it's gaudy. Means showy. Means tasteless. Now, showy and tasteless, gaudy. This is, it's ornate but lacking in good taste. And I want to say, this current administration, all of its taste is in its mouth. You only have to look at the size of the ass. Yeah, I said it. And I'm not talking about the behind, I'm talking about the whole person. Okay? Now, the next letter G, I believe is French. And it's gauche. It's lacking ease or grace, unsophisticated, and socially awkward. And I'm going to go to another G word, gild. That's that god-awful, another G word, gold everywhere. And I have a feeling that's what this ballroom is going to look like. I refer to the color as oligarch gold. Gaudy, gauche, gilded for the gelding. Yes, this message is brought to you by the letter G. How much more are we willing to take? I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I withdrew from the Democratic Party a while back. And I know my affiliation was a result, or my lack of affiliation was a result of the ineffectiveness of the party. And I understand the politics of why the party was rendered ineffective. But that does not absolve people from their humanity. You don't get divorced from your humanity based on politicking. There's some things that's wrong, and some things you just got to stand up and say, hell no. But it seems that the party says hell no for a mic moment, but does not say hell no for a fundraising moment. And let that sink in. And when's the last time you've seen a fight? This is what I'm not going to do. When have you ever seen anybody with the content of character to just walk away? No, I cannot participate in this in any way, shape, form, or fashion. This is not right. I haven't seen that level of politician in a very long time. You know, There used to be a tagline on the kids show, Bob the Builder, "Can we fix it?" Then there was a chorus of "Yes, we can." Now I'm going to say, "No, we can't. You are all spineless. You can't send sheeple to do the work of the people."